Boys are back, ladies and gentlemen. Not the day that we had in mind by any means. Dirty 630 show. We got a little bit tossed up yesterday. We dropped 4%. We're sitting at 50% profit dating back to 3 weeks ago on Monday. Yesterday, we lost our 5% whale shot along with two parlays, a three-legger and a four-leg, but we hit our two-team parlay with the under 9.5 runs between Seattle and the Athletics, and we had the Phillies on the money line. That was odds of plus 245. Then in our other two-team parlay, we had the New York Yankees on the money line and the Tigers on the money line for odds of plus 190. Tigers did get postponed, so we conquered that win with the New York Yankees. We're going to call that 3.5% profit right there, but we did go down 4% on the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I just mentioned, on the Dirty 630 show, which you are tuned into, we are currently sitting at 50% profit dating back to 3 Mondays ago. Absolutely ripping across all cylinders right now. We try to get this show up by 1 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. I am Griffin Murphy. Alongside me to my right or left is Nick Menken. We are DocSports.com, and the boys are back for another rowdy day. But before we get any deeper, Nick, how are the premiums rolling over at the website, and what do you got on tap today?
Yeah, yesterday was just one of those days. I had a 7-unit NHL play on the Washington Capitals there. They took the lead early in that game, and they had opportunities there. I think they had 2 or 3, maybe 3 breakaways that they just couldn't capitalize on. We dropped that 7-unit play, still hitting 66% on the season, but let you guys down on that 7-unit play. Not happy about that tonight. We'll be bouncing back here. We have 3 plays on the ice. There's only 2 games. We have an over and a side in one of those games, actually the earlier games on that side. So 10 units total, looking to get those units back here tonight. So make sure to tap in. And then on the diamond, we're going to continue staying hot. Had the New York Yankees, like I had them on this show. I told you guys they were going to bounce back. And did they ever? 12-3 in that one. Griff, how about them Yankees? But we're locked and loaded. NBA, we got 1 play here, 3 unit going off on the later game. So we're locked and loaded on all sports. Griff, what do you got going on at the website?
Yesterday was a good day for me outside of the MLB. I did go 1-2. I'm furious. I had the New York Mets as a 7-unit first 5 inning plus half a run. They're up 1-0 in the 4th. They had the bases loaded in the 3rd, just unable to capitalize. They played like crap. David Peterson did not come out stout by any means. His stuff was just not hitting the cylinders by any means. His breaking ball was over the plate. Nothing was in the – it just wasn't a good game whatsoever for the New York Mets. So I dropped that play. I did win with the St. Louis Cardinals. I dropped one other smaller unit play. Oh, I had the Dodgers on the run line. Absolutely atrocious. They lose outright to Miami.
Outright.
Bad day, dude, terrible. Bad day on the diamond for me, but I did conquer a 7-unit best bet winner last night on the NBA hardwood as well with the Indiana Pacers, which that game won outright. I smacked my 4-unit on the NHL. I had the Oilers, which that game won 4-2. Smacked my 4-unit prop. So across all other sports, absolutely steamrolled. But today on tap, I have a 4-unit MLB best bet. That play goes off at 2:20 p.m. Eastern time, so getting ready to start up here shortly. I've got a 4-unit on the NHL side of things, and I've got a 4-unit on the NBA side of things. So we're locked and loaded across all sports, including props and soccer. And just so you guys know, if you're a new member to Doc Sports, head on over to DocSports.com/free60. There you can go grab yourself a free $60 account. If you guys want to jump on either me and Nick's premium selections, our absolute best bets for free, head on over to DocSports.com/free60. Go grab yourself a free $60 account. Intertwine. If you guys, the picks that we give out on this show, if you guys don't like those picks and you like our premiums better, well, you can just swap them out and place them for absolutely free. But with that being said, before we get dousy, Nick, hit them with the rules, hit them with the sauce. What are we pulling out today?
Secret sauce, got to change it up a little bit from that Asian zing. Go into a little Parmesan garlic this week. Let's get it right. You know what it is. 4 parlays in this system, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 2-team parlays. We have 1 3-team parlay and 1 Hail Mary 4-team parlay. And let me get to the comments. Some guy said, have you guys ever hit a 4-team parlay? Absolutely, we have. It doesn't come around
Thursday.
A lot, but we do. Let me tell you a little something here. A 4-team parlay. It's called a Hail Mary parlay for a reason here. Griffin and I will go off increments of $100. Stick to that wrist. We had a down day in about 2 weeks, but we still had a down day looking to bounce back. Griff, talk to me about that backbone, that whale bet.
Whale bet is our backbone, our bread and butter. So as Nick just mentioned in this show, we give out 4 parlays and we give out a single individual selection shot. Inside of those parlays, you are risking 1%. So to say, all 4 of those parlays lose, we give out a single individual shot. That is risking 5%. So to say all 4 of those parlays lose and that individual shot hits, we are automatically in profit 1% on the day. And I will get into the volatility of this system later on in the show. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, $5 means 1%. Back when we started this show on February 24th, that $5 should still be 1%. And your $25 is your bow and arrow 5% shot. That should still be $25. Stick to the script, stick to the system, stick to the rules. But now, with all of that being said, Nick, what time is it, brother?
Parlay
It
time.
is parlay time. Let's rock. Let's roll. We're on the diamond to kick it off. We got the Philadelphia Phillies minus 125 on the money line, rolling into Tampa Bay to play the Rays. Total sitting at 8.5. Philadelphia, they come in this game backed up by Christopher Sanchez. Sanchez, 3-1 on the year. He's got 31.1 innings of work, 39 strikeouts, 11 walks, and a dominant 3.45 ERA. Dating back to last season, Sanchez went 181 innings of work, a dynamite 3.32 ERA. Philadelphia, they're right now 7-3 in their last 10 games. Scorching offensively, scoring 17 runs in their last 2 games to back him up. Let's not overthink this line. Hammer the Phillies here. Money line minus 125 as the Tampa Bay Rays. They're a liability offensively. Give me the Phillies here minus 125 for game number 1. Nick, hit them game 2.
Game 2, staying on the diamond. We've got the San Francisco Giants and my Chicago Cubbies here. Cubs minus 155 here on the money line. That total sitting at 7.5 there. This will be the final game of the series, and we got a split series, so it is a rubber match here. We got Robbie Ray on the mound for the San Francisco Giants. He's been perfect with a 4-0 record this season. His last start came against the Colorado Rockies there, went 7 innings, no runs. Not saying too much, but now have to face the number 1 offense here in baseball. Ben Brown back on the mound. He's 3-2, coming off a win in his last start. I think it picks up that momentum. This is a day game here in Wrigley. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cubs score a lot of runs in day games at Wrigley. Give me the Chicago Cubs here, money line over the San Francisco Giants. So for our first 2-team parlay, we're taking the Phillies money line and we're taking the Cubs money line at odds of plus 180. Let's head on over to our second 2-team parlay. Staying on the diamond, we got the Seattle Mariners and the Athletics here. The Mariners, slight favorites, minus 145 here on the money line. That total is sitting at 9.5. Both teams coming in this game 7-3 here in their last 10 games. The Mariners are 1 game above 500 here on the road, while the Athletics, they're 3 games below 500 at home. Wu will take the mound for the Seattle Mariners. He's 4-1 with a 2.58 ERA on 38.1 innings of work with this Athletics. They'll have Gunnar back on the mound here. He had 1 start this season, 6 innings of work. He got that win. He only has 6 innings pitched. He's going up against the 4th best offense here in Major League Baseball in the Seattle Mariners. I think he gets banged up here today. Give me the Seattle Mariners money line over the Athletics. Griff, hit him with game 2.
Game 2, staying on the diamond. Baltimore Orioles rolling into Minnesota to play the Twins. Twins minus 145 on the money line. Total sitting at 8.5. Minnesota, they just throttled the 9-1 win last night over Baltimore. This team's now won 3 consecutive games, and they're heating up offensively, scoring 18 runs in their last 3 games. Baltimore, they send out Charlie Morton tonight. Morton, he's winless with in the Orioles uniform with a record of 0-6. 26 strikeouts, a high 21 walk count, a brutal 9.76 ERA. The market's showing some love with this lines with the expectation that Charlie Morton will come in locked in tonight. I'm not buying it. This guy's career is numbered. Give me the Twins here, money line, minus 145. So for this team parlay, we'll be taking the Mariners on the money line, and we'll be taking the Twins on the money line. Odds of plus 205. Now, before we get into our 3-leg parlay, I'm always going to touch up on the volatility of this system. Yesterday, prime example of it. We did cap off 2 parlays that did keep us alive. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, we could have went down 9% yesterday and got absolutely smacked, rinsed. So you have to play the numbers, play the system. I talk about it every show, and I'm going to continue doing it every show. If your 1% was $5 dating back to February 24th, your 1% should still be $5. And if you're $25, which is 5% bow and arrow shot, it should still be $25. Do not change a damn thing. Stick to the system. We rip them when we're up, and when we're down, all we do is screech, screech, screech until we're back in profit to rip them again. All right, back in action. Let's get back into parlay time. Staying on the diamond, we got the Detroit Tigers minus 180 on the money line, rolling into Colorado to play the Rockies. Total sitting at 10.5. We have a ridiculous high total here tonight. That tells us wind's going to be blowing out in Denver. Detroit, they come into this game 4th in the MLB when it comes to offensive runs scored per game, 8th in batting average, 5th in slugging percentage, and 5th in home runs. Colorado, they're 30th in batting average, 29th when it comes to on-base percentage, and 26th in home runs. Alongside, they're backed up by Chase Dollinger, who has a high posted 6.48 ERA. If we're expecting runs tonight, we're expecting runs to spring load out of this Detroit Tigers offense. Give me the Tigers here on the run line, odds of -120 for game number 1. Nick, hit them game 2.
Game 2, we got game 1 here. The Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets. The Stars on the road favored here, -115. That total sitting at 5.5. Both of these teams had unbelievable game 7s here in the first round of the playoffs. Now they got game 1 here right now, right here. And now the Stars are favored on the road. Come on, give me a damn break. The public is aware of Connor Hellebuyck here and his problems in that first series. I think he steps up in this series while both offenses here are tied for 3rd best in goals per game, and their defense is in top 10 here in both sides with the Stars and with the Winnipeg Jets. I think Hellebuyck absolutely steps up to the occasion here and gets himself a win and doesn't allow a lot of goals in this game. I know Hellebuyck does not allow a lot of goals in this game. Give me the under 5.5 goals in the Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets. Let's go to our third and final game, headed on the hardwood floor. We got the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics here. Celtics -10.5. That total sitting at 211.5. The Knicks coming back from down 20 points in game 1, winning that game outright. You already know the Celtics are going to come out for blood in this one. They aren't going to shoot for pour from that perimeter like they did in game 1. I think they come out explosive here on the Knicks. They score a lot of points. The only way the Knicks could keep up is by scoring points. Give me the over 211.5 total points. So for our 3-team parlay, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking the Detroit Tigers on the run line -1.5. We're taking the under 5.5 total goals in the Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets. And we were taking the over 211.5 between the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics at odds of +625. Now, the Hail Mary parlay. Let me say it again. The Hail Mary 14 parlay.
We smacked one of these on Thursday, bud.
We got the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs here. That total is sitting at 5.5. Toronto held in game 1 of this series, but we've seen the Florida Panthers. They are relentless. Brad Marchand here was the best pickup this franchise in my eyes. He's playing like he's playing on the Boston Bruins here his last 10 years. He's absolutely a great fit here. I love the goals to be scored in this game. Give me the over 5.5 total goals in the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Griff, hit him with game 2.
Game 2, staying in the same game action. We got the Florida Panthers -140 on the money line, rolling into Toronto to play the Leafs. Total sitting at 5.5. We've got another low total here and a juiced line, but with Florida -140. Toronto, they took game 1 of this potential 7-game series in a 5-4 final. Toronto dominated face-off percentage. They got killed on hits, but they did, in fact, lead when it came to shots on net. Toronto, they went 0-5 on the power play. Florida went 1-3 on the power play execution. Toronto still managed to cap off 5 goals in a win, going 0-5 on the power play. This line, once again, seems trappish. I'm not buying it. Give me the Leafs here to take game 2 of this potential 7-game series at odds of +120. Nick, game 3.
Game 3, going back on the diamond, we got the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves. The Braves favored here, -120 on the money line. That total sitting at 7.5. The Reds, they're coming in this game on a 4-game losing streak here. They just lost in extra innings last night, 2-1. Now, Hunter Green, their best arm in this rotation, will be on the mound. He's 4-2. In his last 2 outings, he's picked up a win here. This guy's been absolutely dominant to start the season. Granholm will be on the mound. He's 2-2 this year. I think Green comes out and gives them, the Cincinnati Reds, an opportunity to get this game here tonight. Give me the Cincinnati Reds in the first 5 innings, money line over the Atlanta Braves. Griff, hit him with game 4.
Game 4, let's cash it. Toronto Blue Jays -125 on the money line. Rolling into LA to play the Angels, total sitting at 8.5. Jose Barros gets the start for Toronto. Barros is 1-1 on the year. He's got 40.2 innings of work, 36 strikeouts, 16 walks, and a decent 3.98 ERA. Kikuchi gets the start for Los Angeles tonight. Kikuchi's 0-4 on the year with 36.1 innings of work, 33 strikeouts, 19 walks, and a high 4.21 ERA. Kikuchi is a former Blue Jay and has had outings against them defensively. Kikuchi has a lifetime 2-0 record against Toronto. He's got 20.1 innings of work, 19 strikeouts, 6 walks, and a stellar 1.77 lifetime ERA. Los Angeles, they had 66 wins last season. 44 of those wins came during night games, and 32 of those wins came at home. It's safe to say Los Angeles is a nighttime team. They have a clear edge tonight with Kikuchi on the rubber. Give me the Angels +105 tonight. So
Boom.
for our 4-team parlay, we were taking the over 5.5 goals between the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're taking the Maple Leafs on the money line. We're taking the Reds first 5 innings. We're taking the Angels on the money line. Odds of +1,345.
God, I would love to hit that.
And now
Love to
before we
hit
get
that.
the
Jam it
bow
right
and
up
the
his
arrow
ass.
out, baby, we always are going to touch up on this. Comments, feedback, like, subscribe. We appreciate all of that stuff. Please continue to do so. It only helps us in the long run. And just so you guys know, if you're a new member to Doc Sports, head on over to docsports.com/free60. Go grab yourself that free $60 account. Jump on our premium selections for absolutely free. And if with all of that being said, Nick, you already know where we're going with this, baby. Let's get it out.
Come on, get it out.
And the arrow. It's time to rock, baby. We're staying on the diamond. We got the LA Dodgers minus 225 on the money line, rolling into Miami to play the Marlins. Total sitting at 9.5. Landon Knack gets to start his third start for the 2025 season. Knack has terrible numbers right now, but he's only got 8.2 innings of work. We can expect a bullpen game here out of this Dodgers team, as Knack can be a liability. Los Angeles, though, they're still second in strikeouts, third in fielding percentage, and 13th across ERA.
Baby.
Knack went 69 innings of work last season. He had 69 strikeouts, just 18 walks, and a strong 3.65 ERA. Miami, they have a terrible offense, and their pitching is by far worse. Los Angeles dropped game 2 of this 3-game series, and I expect them to come in tonight hot and conquer this matchup. Give me the Dodgers here. On the run line is our bow and arrow shot. Odds of minus 145, baby. Boom!
Boom! This Miami Marlins team, 2-8 in their last 10 games here. They just beat the Los Angeles Dodgers yesterday in extra innings, like Griff said, 5-4. Then to keep it short and sweet. Don't overthink this whatsoever. The Dodgers get the win. They cover the run line. Take the Dodgers on the run line, minus 1.5 over the Miami Marlins for our 5% whale bet, baby. Boom!
Oh, let's rock!
Recap it down, baby.
Recap, let's roll. Guys, I literally can't see out of my left eye right now, so I'm going to do my best to finish this up. I got to go change my contact. All right, recap number 1, parlay number 1. We got the Phillies on the money line. We got the Cubs on the money line. Odds of plus 180. Parlay number 2, take the Mariners on the money line. Take the Twins on the money line. Odds of plus 205. Parlay number 3, 3-leg parlay. Take the Tigers minus 1.5. Take under 5.5 goals between Dallas and Winnipeg. Take the over 211.5 between the Knicks and Celtics. Odds of plus 625. And then our 14 parlay. Take over 5.5 goals between the Florida Panthers and Toronto Maple Leafs. Take the Maple Leafs on the money line. Take the Reds first 5 and take the Angels on the money line. Odds of plus 1,345. And then the bow and the arrow shot, baby. We are taking the Dodgers on the run line, minus 1.5, odds of minus 145, baby. Boom! And as always, listen, I literally can't see out of my left eye right now. I got to go upstairs and change my contacts. We appreciate everybody continuously tuning into the Dirty 630 show. We try to get this show up by 1 o'clock p.m. Monday through Friday Eastern time. So tap in by all means. Today is Wednesday. Boys will be back in action for Thursday's show. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. We are DocSports.com. I'm Griffin Murphy. Alongside me to my left or right is Nick Menken. This is the Dirty 630 show. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys once again tomorrow.